Hello everybody and welcome back. In this video I've got my new practice body finished painted. So today's race day. I'm going to try to get this thing trimmed up and stickered out ready to race so I can run it today, maybe some on-track footage. So I'm going to get this GoPro camera set up and do it POV, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so here we go. We got my J Concepts S15 body all painted up candy. I'm going to go ahead and start trimming it out. I like to use the curved scissors, and I'll probably be using my Dremel tool. I like using the stone. It seems to cut the body out a little cleaner. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and I may have to fast forward some of this because it'll get a little boring, and I'm probably going to have to take my glasses off, so I hope I can see a little better. Old man stuff, you know. So go ahead and cut some of this out of here. And just cut around the body line. Take your time. Try to do it straight and neat. I like to get these sides off first, get them out of the way, then I cut the nose off. Same thing here, we'll go ahead and get this back piece a little out of the way. So I like to work this direction so I get some of this trim out of my way. So now, try to get some of this nose piece out of the way. Go ahead and cut in between the body lines because this is hard to see. This right here makes it kind of hard to work the scissors in there. I need straight scissors for this. Set the nose out of the way for now. Go back to my curved scissors. I use the curve in the opposite direction. I don't know why, but that seems to work better. So I'll cut this a little on the inside of the line because I can't make a really clean cut with the scissors, so I'll probably Dremel that. So I cut that just pretty close so I can Dremel it out the rest of the way. This is where the steering piece goes in there. It's a little tricky for the scissors for sure. So that's where the Dremel comes into play. So I'm doing little big cuts. Now I can go back on the body line. Same thing here, the Dremel is pretty necessary here to get it clean. You get it okay. I like to Dremel it out to make it right. If you try to get too much in there, you wind up scuffing the body with the scissors on the inside. It's another hard. These curved areas are kind of hard, so I'll just get it close and Dremel it, just like I said. Okay, there's most of the, well, some of the scissor work. So I need my boring tool to get this. This is the nitro car, so we gotta cut out the window. Go ahead and cut most of it. Sometimes I like to just put this on a drill. Makes it a little easier. Chuck this boring tool up in the drill, cuts pretty clean. Do it kind of fast. Do the same thing for the engine. What sucks the most about this is you get, after you Dremel it, you get dust all over it, and it's like, it goes everywhere. It's hard to get off everything, especially when you start fitting it on the car. Okay, and this one for sure you want to get just close, because you're gonna need to Dremel it. This part, these two parts are really hard to cut out. Get this curve out of the way, it's a little easier. This part's hard to cut out too because it's got a lot of curve and strength right there. We'll have to put a hole for the body mount. I like just get it started with the drill. Same on the back. Now the back needs to be, I'd take them and slot them a little bit. Now clean up the back side with this. Be some X-Acto knife in there too. So okay, so I'm gonna start dremeling it out. Okay, there's some of that. We'll have to go blow it off. Okay, so get a lot of this excess stuff, just pull it off. It's gonna wind up in the car. So what I do next, I'm gonna have to fit it to the body some. Get the exhaust hole, the tuning screw hole. But the car, see how dusty it is, and I'm covered in dust. So I'm gonna go blow it off before I put it on the car, because it's gonna get a lot of dust in the car anyway. If I blow it off a good bit, I'll come back to that and trim that with a knife when I'm done. So I'm gonna go blow it off. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got that blown off. Now I got the car out. First thing I'm gonna do, make sure the posts fit, of course. Then I gotta trim out for the pipe before I can get it to fit on there. Now I use an antenna, so I'm gonna have to put a hole for that. So I temporarily took that off to be able to fit this. So right off the bat, my engine hole's not big enough. Looks like I need to go bigger over here. So let's get that done. I'm just gonna have dust on it, I guess. Temporarily, I'm gonna it still needs a little more trimming, but I'm gonna force it down on there to get my pipe. Oh, this is not big enough. Gotta open my body hole up just a little bit. Body post hole. This is one of my most not fun parts of doing RC cars. I don't enjoy doing this very much. So gotta get this pipe done. So what I'll do is I'll find a marker maybe. Need to mark it where it starts and ends. It ends like right here and right here, and my marker isn't doing much. It's probably going to be somewhere in this area. So I'm going to start by trimming it out with the scissors. Let's do a circle. Put it on there and see where it fits, and then I'll probably have to Dremel it. Yeah, so I'll come back and mark it a little more. So it looks like I need just to go a little higher, somewhere in this area. We'll just tell you what, we'll just go ahead and Dremel that. Okay, it's not quite high enough. You want to leave a little space so it's not rubbing and burning the body. There's dust everywhere. hate it. Still, it's touching, so a little bit more, about another 1/8 of an inch or so, I think that'll be good. Make sure it's sitting down there all the way. So that's just about right. So another thing people make a mistake of is not putting a hole for the carburetor, for tuning hole. I get to work on a lot of cars. Well, for one thing, this one's, you can see it's rubbing already. So I like to make a mark here. It needs to be where you can get the screwdriver in and where it's not rubbing, so it's kind of an oval shape. So I'll go ahead and punch the hole here. Usually what I'll do is just put 2 holes in it. Another one here. Then I can probably take my knife and trim it. The sharp, fresh X-Acto blade. Cut it right through it. Let's see how that turned out. Pretty close. I need to get a little more. It's pretty good. I'll probably get a little more right here. Every engine's a little different where your tuning screw hole is, so according to what brand you're using to how you do this. I'll make sure it's not rubbing. It'll just make it ugly. It's going to move around, so it's going to rub. Everything rubs on these things. Oh, my knife fell out. Another thing worth mentioning on these, they don't trim this quite, the trim marks are not quite enough here, so I like to add a little bit right there so the gas door doesn't, the fuel door doesn't come in contact with anything. My marker is not working. Try another one. So you know, when I get done with this, you can see I have to blow the car off. It'll have, I hadn't quite cleaned it up yet anyway, so let's see here. This needs to trim just like that, so because otherwise the door will come into contact, the fuel door will come into contact with the body and get hung open and really have all kind of problems. Dremel that out smoother. Another thing you'll want to do is make sure you test fit your fuel gun or fuel sticks, whatever you're using, because you don't want to get to a race and have a problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that now. Looks like it'll fit just fine. Nothing coming into contact with anything. Okay. Alright, so I need to trim out the engine's pretty good on this side. Need a little trim on this side and in the front. Right, take my little brush and get some of this dust off, because I want to make trips back and forth to the compressor. That's pretty good. Front's a little tight. This front's kind of tricky because it's straight up and down. You have to take a good bit of material off. That's a pretty good fit right there. A little more right here. Okay, that's a pretty good fit on the engine. I do think I need to take a little more material out right here. I don't want the pit chick having any problem. And just come in and make sure it's clean, smooth. I'll go ahead and trim these. I left this whole side out. This side tends to have a little contact with a pipe, so I do a little extra over here. Okay, so let's yep. Okay, so let's see how it's fitting now. Pretty good. Let's check the steering. The steering's gonna rub right there, so gotta take a little extra. This is always is the case right here. A little extra right there is always good. Okay, let's try this again. This part of this process is just test fitting over and over and over. Steering just barely clears. Let's get a little more out. Pretty good. It's okay on this side. I probably got a little too much on that side, to be honest. That looks good. Fuel door looks good. Body looks good. Okay, now so I need to notch out my body post holes. Gotta have something small for that. I don't know what I'm gonna use. Maybe this one's got just enough stuff left on it. Okay, there's chassis flakes and stuff. You don't want these to fit tight. You need them to have a little movement back and forth. So just go oval it out. Really, one or the other is good enough. You can just do the back usually. It's even got that the body cutout marks on it are that way too, so that makes it kind of easy. So if you don't have it where the body can move around, it's gonna break easy. So now there's room for the chassis flakes. There's a lot of chassis flakes. So probably wouldn't hurt to go ahead and do the front a little bit too. Maybe just make the hole a little bigger. Add a little tight. Okay, I do need to add my antenna hole. I think the easiest way to do that is put my old body on it, because it was in the exact right spot. Okay, it's gonna be a little bigger. So now I'll just come along here and take the knife and trim any excess shavings or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you just scrape it. This is kind of time consuming. All right, so let's go ahead and put the antenna back in. We'll see how it all fits. A few little, I want to make sure there's no pieces gonna fall off in the fuel tank for sure. Yeah, that's a pretty good fit. Okay, so we need to trim the nose piece, which, you see, these things break a lot. I can't stand them, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this piece cut out. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to do that by hand. See how this fits now. There's that. Okay, so I'm gonna go blow this thing off and clean it up. I might even wash it a little bit. Before I start putting the, I usually use the Ryan Mayfield RM2 tape under the body to protect, like you need it under the body post, you need it where, under here where the air filters winds up touching, some of the throttle linkage might touch over here, and the sides, and definitely over here by the pipe. So, but I'm out of that. I'm gonna use Gorilla Tape, which is what I used to use in the day. It works out pretty good. So I'm gonna go get it cleaned up and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm gonna apply some tape. So first of all, where the body post is, it's gonna rub. I'll go ahead and put a little piece of tape there. Of course, we'll come back to the knife and trim the hole out. Okay, and then obviously the most obvious place that needs it is where the pipe goes, because there's so much heat. So I'll just put a piece all the way across. I usually have black Gorilla Tape. I don't know why in the world I got white. Okay, so it needs a little more back here. Another piece here. All right, now the air filter tends to rub a little bit, so I like to add another piece here. You do it this way. Probably tear that off. Let's go ahead and add a little piece here too, because I'm not sure how it's going to be. All right, now the throttle linkage tends to rub a little bit over here, so I'll add a piece here. It's just because it rubs a little bit. And then of course it's going to rub all down the side where the mud guards go. So then it's just a matter of trimming it all out. Our neighbors are playing some music in the background. I don't own any rights to it, so I will probably have to throw some music on this to cover it up. Sorry about that. Hear people pulling up. It's race day, they're getting ready to race. I'm kind of rushing to get this done today. Hey, that's about it. Like I scratched it right there somehow. So let's test fit this one more time. Trim a little more off this. These things fit a little tight, so it makes it easier taking the body on and off. You just take a little off here. Anyway, there we go. Looks like I'm gonna be applying some stickers next. So let me wipe this off a little bit. Okay, so I got my sticker sheets here from Bipolar Designs. So we got first one that goes on is for sure is HB Racing. Okay, then we're going to do the other side. Let's see, I have some J Concepts. Pretty much do it like my last one. Oh, gotta have the hammer. We'll put it across the top this time. Oh, I think I like it on the bottom. Okay. Dialed RC. Okay. We'll do a little Piet sticker in the corner here. Okay, now I need Ultimate Racing. Okay. Not sponsored by J&T, but I sell their bearings, so that's the only reason I put these on here. It makes it look cool too. Well, there it is, all ready to go. Hopefully now I can get the car ready, start prepping the car ready to race, and we'll get it on the track. Okay, so that's how I do the body trim and fit in my car. Here it is, ready to go. Can't wait to run it. It's gonna look good going around the track. So hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.